What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Comic Breakdown. If you guys are new to the channel, do me a favor and hit that sub button. Hit that notification bell, make sure you're not missing any of the awesome content that we have coming out. The day is finally upon us. We are getting Justice League issue number 75. This is the death of the Justice League. This is our prelude to Dark Crisis. If you're trying to get completely caught up on everything that is about to happen, be sure to check out the link in my description as well as the top of this video. It's gonna take you to the playlist for Justice League Incarnate. That mini-series is what led us to this exact moment. A Justice League that was led by President Superman. They learned of an evil known as the Great Darkness. Every single big bad guy that we have ever gotten in DC, they have just been avatars for the Great Darkness. Justice League Incarnate had lost the battle against Darkseid and the Great Darkness. Retreating back to the House of Heroes, they call in the Justice League for a last-ditch effort to save the Omniverse. And so with that being said, let's dive into this breakdown. Alright gang, so as we dive into this very pivotal issue, on Earth Zero, we see the entirety of the Justice League. They are teleported away. From Oa to Atlantis to Gotham City, our heavy hitters are being pulled to the House of Heroes. And what is remaining of Justice League Incarnate? They are here in the ruins, in the destruction of this place. President Superman and Dr. Multiverse, they have summoned them here, telling Clark and the others they should have informed them about what is about to happen. They should have brought them on as soon as Barry Allen went missing. And while they were able to pull a whole roster of individuals, we have Aquaman, Martian Manhunter, Wonder Woman, Superman, Batman, John Stewart, Green Lantern, Zatanna, and Hawkgirl. President Superman, he begins to give his little rundown of everything that has happened. Barry Allen currently trapped in a twisted reality. Darkseid, the Empty Hand, and many others have been enslaved by the Great Darkness. And as the Great Darkness wakes up from its slumber, it is only getting more powerful. It is currently moving to possess all of the space between their worlds, what we have come to know as the Bleed. Interesting enough, Zatanna's father had tried to fight this off, knowing that the Great Darkness is the living embodiment of annihilation. Once upon a time, they were able to subdue this thing and get it back into its slumber. Dr. Multiverse letting them know that there is no way of destroying the Great Darkness. It is a forever presence that is not good or evil. It's just darkness. Its only purpose is to consume all of the light. The best thing that they can truly hope for is to put it back into its sleep and hope that it doesn't wake up again. With Wonder Woman taking us all the way back to Dark Knight's death metal, she had restarted the entire universe. She had been warned that the multiverse being saved would come at some kind of cost. And though her and the Spectre, they search across the stars for whatever this might be, they never found it. As President Superman begins to let them know that the Spectre has been killed, this is when the Great Darkness is able to attack the House of Heroes. Clark Kent letting them know that this is a better time than ever to get to the front lines. Only together can we stop this Great Darkness. Dr. Multiverse having enough energy to teleport them directly where they need to go. This is where we land in Multiverse 2, landing in the ruins of a dead multiverse. They believe that this was all gone, and it really was in a sense. It was swallowed by the darkness. A voice off in the distance, belonging to Pariah. This is not the Pariah that we know from the past. The darkness has consumed him. His obsession is fixing everything that he had broken, being forced to watch the destruction over and over and over again. This drove him to madness. And now with his antimatter chamber, he plans to correct all of his past mistakes. As Clark Kent really tries to talk some sense into him, being able to relate to having the destruction of your planet, he tries to let him know that it's not too late. They want to help him in any way they can. The truth is though, Pariah, he is too far gone. believing that the Great Darkness, it only wants peace. It has been woken up because of all the countless wars throughout all of time, believing that the true multiverse can be reborn only if their world dies. And from that, we see him summon the Dark Army, seeing individuals like Darkseid, Doomsday, Eclipso, Ares, Neron, and Necron. All of them having chains across their body because now they belong to the Great Darkness. And the Justice League does what they do best. They meet the darkness head on. As we see the clash of these mighty titans, the Justice League are noticing that there is something off about all of them because they're not working at their full potential. It is very obvious to them that someone is puppeteering them. With the Great Darkness not at full power yet, he is not able to control all of them at their full strength. He is currently spreading himself so thin that the Justice League and Justice League Incarnate, they might have an opportunity of winning this battle. As this wages on, we see the Justice League, they are losing this fight. Even with all of these villains in this weakened state, they are still overcoming our heroes. So John Stewart, he kicks it up a notch. Now, if you've been following the Green Lantern line, you will know that John Stewart, he most recently met the Source. He absorbed a Godstorm into his body, and in doing this, he became such a powerful individual. He became so powerful, he restarted the Green Lantern Corps, giving everybody back their rings. If the Justice League has any chance of winning this battle, that chance lies with John Stewart, aka the Ascended. As his light constructs begin plowing through the front line, we see that they are slowly retreating, not being able to handle the light of this Green Lantern. Pariah has a trick up his sleeve, hearing a thunderous voice from behind him. John Stewart looks over his shoulder, and that is where he finds the once spirit of vengeance, now the spirit of darkness. The Spectre, now a puppet of the Great Darkness. At this point, Batman is determined they need to take out Pariah's machine. If they are able to do this, this is going to help them out tremendously. The only problem with this, Batman cannot get close enough. This is where Oliver Queen comes into play, coming in to save the freaking day. He loads an arrow, he brings it back, and he puts a Hail Mary pass. As this thing flies through the air, through the battlefield, it sticks directly to Pariah's antimatter machine. As this arrow detonates, we see the Army of Darkness disappear, as the Justice League believes that they might have won the day. Before Doomsday disappears, he comes down on Oliver Queen and he crushes him. Oliver Queen bleeding out on the ground. We see the Trinity, they go in on Pariah, with all three of them going to land their blow. Pariah is able to get his attack off first. With a huge blast of energy coming from his hand, we begin to see the Justice League vaporized, the skin being melted right off of their bones disintegrating right before our very eyes. Even John Stewart is getting taken out. And if that is possible, that means that Pariah is stronger than a freaking Godstorm. John Stewart, who is an Ascended. John Stewart, who was touched by the Source. Black Adam being the last one standing. He goes in on Pariah, striking as hard and as quickly as he possibly can. But Pariah doesn't even flinch, going to disintegrate Black Adam. With his last breath, he yells Shazam! A crack of lightning comes out of the sky and it separates the two of them, launching them in opposite directions. As they go jettisoning into space, we pick up at the Hall of Justice, having Firestorm, Naomi, Detective Chimp, Wally West, and Jonathan Kent. They are trying to figure out where all of the members of the Justice League have gone, knowing that they have been teleported somewhere else. They're trying to currently calculate where that is. A thunderous boom. Our heroes go jumping into action. At the front door, in the middle of all of this rubble, we have Black Adam, looking like half of his face has been freaking burnt off. With what little words he can say, he lets it be known that the Justice League is dead. And that will be the end of this issue. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. You know, I honestly thought that they weren't going to kill off the Justice League. What I thought was going to happen is they get teleported to Justice League Incarnate, but they were going to stay alive. I really am happy that Joshua Williamson went down the route that he is going, seeing not only Justice League, but Justice League Incarnate all completely taken out, completely snuffed out of existence. Or at least that is what is to be believed at this current time. Ever since the Infinite Frontier began, it has all been leading to this moment. I am very curious on how powerful Pariah truly is, because in the Green Lantern line, we have seen John Stewart more or less truly ascend to the next level, almost godlike powers. And if he is able to be stopped by Pariah, if all of our heroes are so easily wiped out, what could possibly stop what is about to come? My thoughts is possibly Naomi. While the Justice League, they had focused on her powers a little bit, even being teleported to her world. But after their return, they didn't really have time to focus on that entire situation. The true extent of her abilities, they remain completely unknown. I can see her and Black Adam playing a very pivotal role in what is about to come next. The last thing I'm truly curious about is how the Spectre became a puppet for the Great Darkness. Last we had seen him along with the Quintessence, they had all been murdered. As this issue definitely answered a ton of questions, it only leaves me with so many more. And I am very much anticipating what comes next. More than anything, I am happy to see Wally West is going to be playing his part. I really hope that this is his true redemption arc that's gonna bring him back into the fold, bringing him back to his full potential. Let me know your thoughts, let me know your theories. If you have not yet, do me a favor, hit that sub button, hit that notification bell, make sure you're not missing any of the awesome content that we have coming out, and until the next breakdown.